Why do people call it World War III? That makes it sound like World War IV would be possible. We need a new name, or borrow an old one. Just call it Doomsday. The atomic scientists have a doomsday clock. They say it's 90 seconds to midnight. 90 seconds doesn't sound like a lot of time. I imagine holding my breath for 90 seconds. I imagine how many nuclear warheads could be launched in a minute and a half. How long does it take to push a button? For fun, I went out for a ride late one night. I wanted to get away from the city lights. In the countryside, I thought I might see a UFO or UAP, just like I did in '95. I rode beyond the pavement, where the flat dirt road disappeared in darkness. I stopped and turned off the bike and listened for the silent UAPs floating overhead. I had heard that if you concentrate, you can feel their presence. It's a telepathy thing. I walked a few steps away from the bike and looked up. Something silent was moving between the stars. I felt a suggestion to get back on the bike. When I turned around, I found the bike facing the other way. Strange. I felt different, like in a different timeline, a possible future. Something was about to happen, something that would take me out of time. I turned the key and started the engine. The TFT display showed the time, 11:58 p.m. I found my way to asphalt and headed back the way I came. Midnight arrived right after I shifted into sixth gear. In that moment, the sky in the northeast lit up like a brilliant sunrise. But this was midnight. How could that be? A telepathic link filled me in. Something major had just happened and the UAP needed time to get away. In a 10-mile radius around itself, it had sped up time. Sped it up so much that everything outside the 10-mile radius was slowed to a stop. It would take a minute or two for the UAP to open up a dimensional portal and leave this time and space. Once it had escaped, time in the 10-mile radius would return to normal, and everything outside the radius would sync back up with regular time. It was obvious. That was not sunrise glaring in the northeast. That was a frozen nanosecond after detonation, an airburst of a thermonuclear device. It was now after midnight, my last chance to see the world that was. I had about 90 seconds before the detonation would speed up. 90 seconds to enjoy the world as it used to be. And then, in a flash, all was gone.